What's going on, party people? This is your favorite professor back in the set, Professor Allen. And today's episode or podcast, I want to get into SWOT analysis. I've had some people reach out to me and say, okay, Professor, we love that you are talking about the personal resume. Could you build on that even more? So today I want to talk about a SWOT analysis. And a lot of people don't understand what a SWOT analysis is. And I'll break down each acronym. SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what I'm gonna break down is, and I tell everybody, as you're building your personal resume, or even as you're marketing yourself, how do you look at yourself from a SWOT analysis? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What opportunities lie in front of you, and what are your threats? And I know as we're starting to get into this and people are starting to, look for jobs and trying to understand themselves and trying to understand the job market, where they are in their lives, their careers, and how everything is starting to switch and change, especially since now, hopefully we're coming out of COVID and we're starting to get things back into place, back into normalcy. I hope this podcast will kind of shed a little light on looking in the mirror and assessing where your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are. So one thing I want to get into, and I want to show you, and I'm going to share my screen real quick on the SWOT analysis. So right off the top, when I'm looking at the SWOT analysis here, this is where you want to focus on first. This is easy for everyone. This is the easy part of everyone. Everybody knows their strengths. Everybody knows how strong and what makes them are and who they are, and this is where I am, and this is my heart, and all this other good stuff. Everyone knows what their strengths are, because this is who you are. This is what you showcase the most. This is why you're here. But then as I start moving into the weakness aspect of it, well, I really don't have any weaknesses. I've had people that say to me, well, I don't know if I got any weaknesses. Yeah, you do. You do. You don't. And that's where the hard part of identifying the difference between your strengths and your weaknesses, because here's the crazy part about weaknesses. The weaknesses, once you identify them, you can turn them into a strength. But a lot of people and do not want to succumb to the mere fact that they have a weakness. Then I'm gonna slide down to opportunities. Okay, what opportunities lie within front of you? Whether it's career, whether it's personal, what opportunities lie within front of you that you can maximize your growth? Then also too, what's the threat? What out there is a threat to you? So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen real quick, because I want to talk about, and I'm gonna look at this from a business standpoint. I'm looking at this from a #1 company in the world, the beast of all beast companies, which is called, and correct me if I'm wrong, they are the most magnificent company that we all have been a part of. We love so much. And that company is Amazon. Here's the crazy part. I know everybody on this podcast and is watching this YouTube video have ordered something from Amazon. And I used to tell my students all the time, and I'm gonna give y'all a backstory. I used to tell my students all the time, I used to say, how many of you guys have ordered something online? So my students would sit there and they look at me and I'm like, for real, how many of you guys ordered something online? So, and then class of 50. So I go around, I'm like, all right, what did you order? Ordered a book. Okay, what did you order? I ordered a cup. What did you order? I ordered a t-shirt, whatever the case may be. So I always go back to the original question in which I asked, how did we get to this point where we can order something online and be safe and secure that it will be delivered to our home? How did we get to that point, people? So then I asked my students, I said, well, what made y'all safe? Why did we get to this point? So I go around the class. Convenient. Secure. Okay, all right, okay, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. All right, I'm gonna come back to that secure part. Can I keep going? Easy access, that's convenient. Price, oh, okay, all right, marketing. And you know, you always got to have a student to throw that out there. Marketing. So I always come back to what made it secure for us to use our information online and get to the point where we can just point, click, put our information in and have it delivered to our house. And a lot of people don't even understand, which I'm telling you this now because this is a part of my department. A lot of people don't even understand the logistics. Ooh, yeah, y'all, I said the L word, logistics. People don't even understand that that's a business within itself that is coming up and has actually been here since e-commerce. And a lot of people don't even understand how much traction it's gaining as an industry because we're doing so much online shopping. Crazy story. I was in class one day and I was asking my students, I said, yo, gang, I said, how many of you guys would actually buy something online as opposed to going right up here to the mall, which where FIU was located? Dolphin Mall is literally less than 5 minutes away. So how many of you guys will bypass going to the mall and order something online and waiting for it to come within 2 or 3 days when you can go right up here to the mall and get it? Students always, and this is the rebuttal. Yo, professor, they may not have what I want. Okay. Yo, professor, that means I gotta drive over there. That means I gotta find parking. That means I gotta get out of the car. That means I gotta walk through the store. That means I gotta look for it. And that means I gotta stand in line and pay. Yeah, but y'all, that's only less than hour, 2 hours. I said, if you're walking through the mall and really trying to find something, 3 hours. So you will forego that 3-hour window as opposed to waiting it for 2 or 3 days. Next day now Amazon, don't get it twisted, it is next day, but even still, you gotta wait as opposed to actually going to the store to go buy it. I want you to be like, hell yeah. So I'm gonna loop it back to Amazon, and Amazon within this particular, I want to talk about within this particular website, they actually break down Amazon SWOT analysis. And what I want to do is go through and show you guys how one of the most #1 companies on the planet has a SWOT analysis. So if they can do it, and Amazon right now is, in terms of annual revenue, $386 billion, and they have a SWOT analysis, that means that you can have a SWOT analysis too. So let me break down Amazon right quick. All right, let me break down this SWOT analysis so everybody knows. First one, Amazon strengths. They have a strong brand name. Everybody has a brand. And that's why I try to tell you guys, as we were going back to the first episode, what is your product? Because in your product, you can start to identify who are you as a brand. If you looked at yourself as a brand, what would your brand be? Obviously, Amazon has a brand name. We all know Amazon's brand name. Brand valuation, $200 billion. Number 3, which is one of their strengths, they are customer oriented. Now, I remember it used to be once upon a time where people used to say, well, I ordered something on Amazon. I used to hate ordering on Amazon because to return it, it took hell for me to go hell back and beyond. Now, which they understood that, they have rectified their return policy. So you can order something on Amazon, don't like it, turn around and ship it back, and get your money back within a day or so. That's customer orientation. Here we go. I'm just gonna scroll through a couple of these. Differentiation and innovation. Obviously, once again, the crazy thing about Amazon, I'm willing to bet every last one of y'all watching this YouTube video and listen to this podcast that y'all got Amazon on y'all phones. on y'all phones, on y'all tablet, on y'all Apple Watches. Every last one of y'all got Amazon, got the Amazon app somewhere close to you. All right, let's see. Third party, largest merchandise selection. Amazon owns an extensive product mix, which attracts online customers to make the majority of their purchase from it rather than online retailers. I actually said this, and this is, and believe it or not, and this is coming back to Amazon's strengths. I've also said this before to my students. When something enters the market, something has to leave. I talked about cell phones in one of my classes. When cell phones became a commodity, something had to exit. So my students, I said, what left? I said, we all have cell phones now. And I went through the whole gamut, going all the way back to bag phones, to pagers, to whatever the case may be. I said, but now everyone has a cell phone, or the majority of us have a cell phone. What left? Hey, my students, they sit there and look and they go, So I said, think about this, party people. I said, what left the market when cell phones became a commodity? I said, well, I said, when's the last time y'all saw a payphone on the corner? In the United States. Now, I'm gonna preface this by saying in the United States. When is the last time y'all saw a payphone on the corner? When's the last time y'all saw a payphone at a gas station? Outside of the novelty of it, when is the last time you guys saw a Superman phone booth payphone that you can walk in and close the door behind you and talk? So my students were like, well, at the airport. I said, yeah, probably at the airport. I said, but if you go over here to Marathon right around the corner, I said, I ain't see no payphone. Cell phones came in, payphones exited. I said, even got one better. And people always say landlines. I said, no. I said, because here's the deal. We still have landlines. You know, Xfinity is still out there. AT&T is still out there in terms of landlines. I said, but something else also left. I said, when is the last time y'all seen a calling card? I said, because think about it, with the increased innovation with cell phones, now we can make international phone calls. I said, even with the app WhatsApp, we now can FaceTime and make international phone calls. I said, when is the last time y'all seen a calling card? Students lean back. Something entered the market, something left. Here we go. Now, if Amazon $386 billion in revenue, net income $1 billion, can create and have weaknesses, so can you. Let's see what their weaknesses. Let's see what Amazon's weaknesses are. Easy, imitatable business model. Everyone can imitate Amazon. Online retailers have become quite common in this digital world. So imitating Amazon business model for rival firms is not difficult. They're so big that you can basically imitate, but in the business world, we will use Amazon as a benchmark. Losing margins in few areas. In few areas such as India, Amazon faces losses. Obviously in India, we know what's going on now. Products flop and failures. Here we go. Great one. Its Fire phone launched in the US was a big failure, while its Kindle Fire device didn't even grow well. So once again, even though Amazon is what we know, when they launched their own products, even though they had, and I'm gonna scroll it back up, strong brand name, their products even failed. So I say that to say, even they can look within them own, they can look within their own selves and say, well, wait a minute. Okay, yes, we have a strong name. We just can't attach our name to a product and it becomes successful. Because even in the cell phone market, you have two dominant forces in the cell phone market, which is called Apple, iPhone, and Samsung. So even though Amazon has a great and strong brand name, people, which is your customers, are still loyal to Amazon and or Samsung, or let me flip it, Apple or Android. And since they had a strong brand, a strong name, they thought they could enter the market and it become successful. Obviously it didn't. Obviously it didn't. Let me scroll down a little bit. Employees strike because yes, Amazon is making so much money. Hey, we need to get paid. All right, so, and I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna go back to Amazon weaknesses. Now check game, y'all. Here's the deal. Even in this site, Amazon listed 11 weaknesses. They got 13 strengths. So their weaknesses are not greater than their strengths. When you do your personal resume, you look within yourself. If your weaknesses are greater than your strengths, then you really need to do an evaluation or an analysis on yourself to understand why do you have so many weaknesses and so few strengths. Now, everyone that does this exercise, really take a long, hard look and say, okay, which I doubt it, because like I said to you before, we always harp on, we always broadcast, we always show our strengths. So our strengths should be a nice long list, but keep it 100 when you start to create your weaknesses and be real within your weaknesses. Here we go. Opportunities. Expanding the physical stores. If I'm not mistaken, I think Amazon had a physical store up in Seattle where they used their innovation and technology where it was, and if I'm not mistaken, was you use your cell phone to pay for the product. So they didn't even have checkouts. You just use the cell phone to pay for the products. Okay, that's an opportunity. Obviously, with a $380 billion company, I'm gonna jump to number 5. They have the ability to acquire more companies. Once again, as they are and the opportunities are out there, and I said this before, logistics and Amazon is becoming logistically savvy, where one of the greatest things I said in my marketing class was US Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, they all used to lean on Amazon. If you guys take a look at the market now, Amazon has their own trucks. Amazon has their own. So Amazon even still got out of, and I remember looking at this before when they said an opportunity was to increase our logistics and supply chain. They got out of that and created their own. Here we go, self-driving technology. Not only did they get out of dependent upon the post office, UPS, FedEx, they got their own, and they're using their innovation to create self-driving technology. So here we go. Once again, and I'm gonna loop it right back here. Party people, if you're looking at yourself, what opportunities lie in front of you? Some people have sat back and said, well, Chris, I don't know what opportunities lie in front of me. I said, okay, well, let me keep it 100. Are you at the creme de la creme of your career? Are you where you want to be in your career? Well, no, there's another position that I can apply for. Okay, well then what are the qualifications for that? Do you need to go back to school to get another degree, a graduate degree, a terminal degree, or is it a certificate? Or is it hours that you need? Those are the opportunities that I discuss and say, okay, you need to write those down. And let me flip it to the dating side. For those that are single, what opportunities are out there? Well, once again, you have your Match, your eHarmony, your Bumble. Sometimes it's about going out and displaying the energy that you're a good person and sitting down and talking with someone and just meeting someone new. As simple as that may sound, as simple as that may seem, meeting someone new and releasing the energy that you are as a good person provides an opportunity. It may not be that person that you're talking to, but y'all have all heard this. Oh, I got a friend for you. My sister's nephews, cousins, uncles, brother-in-laws, roommate's best friend is single. And I'm telling you, based upon what we talked about, y'all be perfect. I know y'all heard that before. Come on, I know I ain't the only one that heard that before. But those are opportunities that present themselves by you as a single person. Put yourself out there. You know, and I've sit back and I've said this before on previous podcasts and YouTube videos about the online dating world. Yes, it's crazy, you know, it's crazy in terms of who the people you meet, what their intentions are. Everybody has a motive, but at the end of the day, you're still blessed with the opportunity to meet someone new. And I think that's what we've gotten past as a society, to understand that you do have the opportunity to meet someone new. All right, y'all, here we go. I'm sliding down to the threats. Oh, so wait a minute. $386 billion company, Amazon, which is the beast of all beasts. They got threats too? Let's see. I want to look at ones that actually are applicable to myself. Cybercrime. That's the one that jumps out to me, number 4. Now, like I said earlier, what makes us comfortable in terms of putting our information online? Mind you now, we put our addresses, credit card numbers, security codes, and everything online to purchase something from Amazon. And we've gotten so good at it now that even if somebody hacks our account, I don't know about y'all, but I love me some Bank of America, and they sit back and be like, yo, did you buy a $8,000 Rolex watch? Hell no. Okay, we just stopped the transaction. Good looking out. Did you buy some $600 golf clubs? I love golf, but I don't love it that much. Okay, we just stopped the transaction. There we go. Here we go. So, number 5, aggressive competition with big retail firms like Walmart and eBay can give Amazon a tough time in the future. Once again, we still forget Walmart is still out there. eBay is out there. Target is out there. So the big box retail chains that, you know what, sit back and say, you know what? Do I want to wait 2 or 3 days to go get it? Let me go check Walmart, because remember, Walmart is the price low supplier. So let me go check Walmart first. And think about it. When you guys even buy something, outside of my students who were just some lazy asses, y'all always sit back and say, well, let me see it. Let me go check and see if it's Walmart first. Let me go check and see if it's at Walmart. The only thing with Walmart is, and I don't know about y'all the way y'all live, Walmart be having some astronomical lines where I live. And I'd be like, you know what? Do I feel like standing in line at Walmart? I just feel like ordering this on eBay. On Amazon. And think about how eBay has changed. I remember where you used to be able to bid something and buy something from eBay, and you would get it obviously within like 3 or 4 months. But eBay used to be what Amazon was. So I would go to eBay and shirt, painting, or whatever the case may be, but it used to take a month for me to get it. Forget that. I'm going to Amazon. Let's keep it 100. Once again, threats. Bam, I just said it. Look at the second bulletin, party people. I just called it. Threats, logistics, FedEx. I just talked about it. Amazon sat back and saw that and was just like, yo, if Amazon, if we create our own logistics division, then we can eliminate paying other logistics company. If Amazon was able to create a threat, why not you? Here we go. So an economic recession. People ain't got no money to buy no goods. They don't give a damn if it's online or not. If you ain't got no money, you ain't got no money. So here we go. And I'm gonna swing it back up to here. So then what's your threat? I'm bringing it to you people. What's your threat? How are you able to write down Amazon has 9 threats that they've listed. How are you able to write down what your threat is? If you're able to look in the mirror and say, what is my threats? Relocation. How about if I see the job that I want, but am I willing to relocate? Some people may have kids. I wouldn't say a threat is a kid, but what's out there? You know, does this position require time? Time that takes me away from my family. That's a threat to my family. In order for me to get ahead, I need to put in X amount of hours, which takes away from family time. I've said this in one of my podcasts. The ability in your mind that you want to date and be in a relationship as opposed to being single, and your lifestyle says you need to be single based upon the things that you have going in your life. However, your mindset says you want to date, you want a relationship, but your lifestyle does not dictate that. That's a threat, because at the end of the day, this is what I want, but I can't handle that because I am busy. I have to go to I have a job, I'm in school, I have the kids. How can I incorporate that into my life of an individual? That's on the personal side. So I actually look at that and I ask people, write down your threats. Take a long, hard look in the mirror and just sit down and write it down, because now with everything that I just talked about within this podcast and with this in the YouTube video, you have just created your SWOT analysis. But you have to be 100% fair and accurate about your thoughts and what's around you. You have to be. You know, people have asked me, they say, oh, okay, yo, professor, all right, so, and if my students say, all right, professor, all right, give us some guidance. Give us some guidance. Give us some guidance, professor. All right, well then what's your strengths, professor? How strong are you, professor? I said, well, you know what? I said, I'm gonna list it. I'm gonna put y'all on the path. This is me looking in the mirror and saying, all right, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of things. All right, my strength, obviously, I believe I'm a great professor. Obviously, my ratings show that. I have the ability to create and convey my ideology so you guys can see it. So therefore, one of my strengths will be that I'm articulate. I can get you to see what I see. I'm a good teacher. I ain't gonna say great because I want to be humble about it. I am a great facilitator of knowledge. Okay, all right, well, professor, what's your weakness? Well, all right, professor, what's your weakness? One of my greatest weaknesses is I believe in everybody. I believe in second chances. As a professor, I believe that everybody's motive is for the good. I believe that everybody is there to achieve their maximum level in life. So my weakness is I'm here to help you. I'm here so you can stand on me so you can get to the next level. Because a weakness is I do not have the ability to identify who's real and who's fake. To me, everyone is real until proven fake. Opportunity. Well, all right, y'all, where's my opportunity? Well, I am, and I've said this a million times to my students, I am at the top 1% of my field. But the opportunity comes that I'm at the bottom of that top 1%. Now, if you understood what I just said, you get it. I'm at the top 1% of my industry, in my field. I'm at the top 1%. But I'm at the bottom of that top 1%. That's the opportunity. What are my threats? Other doctoral faculty that come along that have more publications than I do, that have more experience than I do. Therefore, they may get hired faster or put on projects faster than me, because one thing about my industry, it's about knowledge. It's about research. It's about publications. And someone may come along that's better than me. So therefore, I have to list the things that will make these threats to turn them into an opportunity, to turn the opportunity into a strength. I have to list my weaknesses to understand what my weaknesses are and turn them into a strength. Because once again, party people, the key to this whole ordeal is bringing it back to here. Understanding my strengths. Taking my threats, turn into a strength. Taking my opportunities, turn them into a strength. Taking my weaknesses, turn them to a strength. So, party people, I hope with that being shared, let me stop sharing my screen. We'll bring it back to me. And creating a SWOT analysis, and you're listening to this podcast and you're listening to this YouTube and you're watching this YouTube video. When you take that piece of paper and you draw that box, S at the top, W over here, O right here, and a T right there. Sit down in a quiet room and even grab a mirror. Hi, you sexy thing. If you already know what your strengths are, write them down. The hard part is going to come when you have to write down those weaknesses. All right, well, what am I really weak at? What are my opportunities out there for me to grow and become a better person? What threats out there which will block me from becoming a better person? So please, everyone, when you do this exercise, give me some feedback. Let me know how it comes. Reach out to me if you have any questions, because I would love to walk you guys through this. Because just like I do with my students, in order to have a successful business, Amazon had to do this because they had to understand where they were with present, past, present, and future. So Amazon had to even do this, $386 billion in revenue. So if they did it, and if anybody on my podcast or YouTube is worth $386 billion, y'all need to come holler at your boy, because I can tell you, we can write this down and we can grow some more. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube and podcast. Reach out to me, because I would love to sit down with you guys and we can create your SWOT analysis. Everybody take care. Reach out to your boy, javogroup.org. I hope you enjoy this. Hashtag Professor Allen. Back in the set, your favorite professor. All right, party people, I will see you when I see you.